happy Wednesday. I'm posting this video on Wednesday. I am determined, okay, to start posting again 3 times a week, so there will be a new video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you guys don't get tired of me, but I really want to start just producing more content now that my beauty room is done. And I recently went to New York, and when I came back I got pretty sick. It wasn't COVID, thank God, but I needed to take off at least like 4 or 5 days, I think it was, and that's like a month in YouTube like time, so I feel like I haven't filmed in forever. So for today's video I decided to sit down and do a chit chat get ready with me instead of doing a makeup tutorial that just involved a voiceover. Now that we hit 10k, yes, 10k, I haven't said it on here yet, you guys, we hit 10k. Let me say it again, we hit 10,000 friends on YouTube, which is insane. If you have a YouTube channel, you know how hard it is for us micro influencers to grow. I feel like YouTube is the hardest platform to grow on. I feel like people are more into Instagram now, and people are into TikTok. Like, people are really intrigued by the really short videos, and so not many people sit down and watch videos like these that are more than 15 seconds. Like, that's just the reality right now. So the fact that people are still subscribing to my channel, the fact that you guys interact with me and leave me comments on my videos means the absolute world, and it is the reason why I'm still sitting here today filming videos for you guys. So thank you for 10k, I really appreciate it. With that being said, I want to start doing some more personal videos. Not really personal in a sense where I'm going to share my entire life on here, because I'm not going to do that on social media, but more so where I'm kind of just sitting down and chatting with you guys, and it feeling like you're in my beauty room with me, and we're just chit-chatting about makeup and hot topics and stuff like that, and just having a good old time. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm going to be showing you how I created this makeup look today. There's no cut crease involved in today's look, which is very exciting. So for all my girls out there who don't enjoy cut creases, find them hard, or just aren't comfortable with doing them, this is the perfect look for you. It's still colorful, but it does not involve all that technical hard work. The only thing really that was a little more technical for today's look is I wanted to try out that rounded inner corner. I have been seeing a lot of people do this. I've seen it on Nikita Dragon, and also a Instagram makeup artist that I follow, which I show her in the video. She is just so beautiful, and every time she does this technique, I'm like, I need to try it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into today's video. I have so much to tell you guys. We're gonna be talking some girl talk. I have some new products I'm sharing with you, as well as showing you guys how I created this look from the eyes to complexion. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you'd like to spend some time with me, grab your brushes, let's do our makeup. All you need to do is just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so we're gonna get started with this look. Like I said, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Let's sit down, let's chit chat, let's have a little bit of some girl talk, because why not? I feel like I do voiceovers all the time, and it's not for any particular reason other than the fact that I like to watch movies while I film, or I'm listening to music, and so I'm kind of like in the zone and doing my thing. So I don't know, it just ends up being a ton of voiceovers rather than me actually chit-chatting through a video. And also, my beauty room is facing like the main road, and there's always cars, and so you guys are probably gonna hear cars, you'll probably hear sirens, you'll probably hear a ton of trucks. So I apologize, but I figured we'd do something a little bit different. So grab your makeup brushes, grab your eyeshadow palettes, and let's do this look. Okay, so you guys already know I like to prime my eyelid, so I'm going in with my P.LOUISE base in the shade Rumor 2.5. I just like to go ahead and dot this all over my eye. So to blend this out, I'm going to use the Morphe M173 brush. It's just like a little bullet brush, I would say you could call it, and I'm just going to pat this base in. Now this is the best way to apply this base, because you want to keep it as in place as possible, and you want your entire lid covered in this base, so it's just a little bit easier to tap it on and tap it out rather than trying to sweep it across. That's just my personal opinion. That's how I like to do it. Today's look is super easy. I want to start bringing more, obviously you guys know I love color, but I want to start bringing more easy, doable looks. Not saying that my looks are not doable. Obviously, you guys know, I like those more creative, fun, a little bit more intense and in-depth kind of looks, because those are the looks that I love to do, but I also feel like there's not as many of those looks on YouTube. Like, you can get a ton of looks like that on Instagram and stuff, but you don't often see those kind of looks as a full-on tutorial on YouTube. So I feel like the tutorials that I do are pretty helpful, but also maybe there's people out there who don't like a full cut crease or find it difficult to do a cut crease, and so a look like today's look, there's no cut crease involved. So I'm very excited about it. That's why I figured I'd sit down and actually chat with you guys. Because also, like, we hit 10K. What? I'm so excited. We hit 10K and I'm so appreciative, you guys. Like, you have no idea. I feel like obviously content creators, they're always like, oh my god, thank you so much, and majority of us actually really do mean it. Like, you really don't know how much work goes into being a content creator unless you actually are one, or maybe you know one, but it's actually not until you physically do it yourself. Like, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of dedication, and a lot of us started with this being our second job. So like, for me personally, I used to work at Ulta full-time as a manager, and I did YouTube as my second job for a really long time. For the 3 years that I was at Ulta full-time, I was also doing YouTube full-time. So it is a lot of work, there's a lot of tears, a lot of wanting to give up, but here I am at 10K and I am so grateful. Before I keep rambling, let me just show you guys what palette I'm going to be using. This is the SASKIA and LORAC Pro Lost in Paradise palette. This is what the palette looks like right here, you guys. I love this palette. It is so good. Here's what it looks like right here. So a ton of beautiful colors, and you also get 2 blushes and a highlight as well. So this is the palette we're going to be using today. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to be using in this palette is the shade Stargazer, which is this color right here. And to pack on this purple, I'm going in with the Morphe E36 brush. So I'm just going to pack on this purple in a rounded shape and try to get it as intense as I can. Obviously, you can use whatever purples you have. It doesn't have to be this palette. All right, you guys, so let's continue our conversation. How are you guys doing? I feel like I know a lot of familiar faces from those of you, or even familiar names of those of you who comment pretty often, and I really appreciate it, and I do try my best to get back to everyone. I feel like now that social media is so big, it's getting a little difficult to stay super consistent and answer every single person on all social media platforms. And so please, I just want to put it out there that if I don't answer your comment immediately, just know that I am going to answer eventually. I'm only one person, and I have 3 platforms, so I try to be as active as I can on YouTube. You guys know I try my best to post 3 times a week. I'm going to be getting back into doing that. And then I do post on TikTok pretty often, and I'm also extremely active on Instagram. So it gets a little bit difficult to keep up with everyone. But yeah, so if I don't answer immediately, that does not mean that I don't see your comment or I don't appreciate you taking time out of your day to comment on my videos. It's more so I just didn't get to it yet, so please don't take it personal. I do apologize, but yeah. So what I'm going to do now that I packed on the color is I'm going to take that same brush and kind of just wiggle it against that line. And this basically just helps me to diffuse that harsh line that I created with that darker purple. So when I go in with the next shade and kind of blend the 2 together, it's going to be really easy for them to blend together, and it's going to give me that really beautiful seamless blend. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with this shade next. This is called Jellyfish, and then I'm going to be using the shade Aster, I think is how you pronounce it, which is that lighter purple. So I'm basically just using these 3 purple shades for my crease. So I'm going to be taking the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush with a little bit of that shade Jellyfish, and I'm just going to start to rub it on the edge of that purple just like this, and I'm going to build it as I go. I'm not going to pick up too much pigment because you just, you know, you want to be careful. Less is more. You can always add, but it's going to be hard to take away. So I recently posted my beauty room tour. If you guys watched that video, thank you so much. If you did not see it yet or you missed it, I'll go ahead and link it down below so you guys can check it out. I was so excited to post that video. Honestly, I wasn't even expecting to have my beauty room done so fast, because the agreement was, you know, I was going to save up a little bit more money, just make sure everything else around the house as far as bills and expenses were gonna be okay, and like we had everything down packed before I decided to splurge on doing my beauty room. However, by the way, if you guys hear this noise, that's me like tapping off my brush, so I apologize. However, I don't know, I just felt like it really needed to get done. Like, if you create content full-time, even if you do it part-time, like, you know that like your beauty space is everything. And I'm the type of person that like my environment really affects me emotionally. So when I was like in here filming, like I felt almost uninspired, and I kept having conversations with Kiki, and I was like, you know, like I get it, like I'm not trying to rush anything, like, you know, obviously paying rent and things like that are more important than, you know, me complaining about the decor or whatever in my beauty room. But like I really sat down with myself and I was like, well, that's not fair to you. Like, I sit in this room every single day and I film, and I need to have those creative juices flowing in order to create content. So I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna give myself a budget, and you know, that's gonna be what I spend for the room, and if anything goes over, then it'll just have to wait. And so that's exactly what I did. So sorry guys, that's my phone vibrating. So that's exactly what I decided to do, and I went to a lot of different TJ Maxx's, a lot of Home Goods, Marshalls, those kind of stores where you can really get really nice decor pieces for like a fraction of the price. So I did that, and I'm so happy with the way the room turned out. I feel like I worked really hard on it, and I really worked hard at trying to keep it at a minimum and keep it at a budget. Basically, I'm telling you guys this just to let you know that I did get a lot of comments about people saying how they wanted to redo their beauty room, and you know, it must have been so expensive. And honestly, I gave myself a budget, and I feel like you should too. Like, give yourself a budget, like, you know, this is how much you're able to spend, and that's it. Like, no going over that. And that's exactly what I did. I did also get a few sponsorships, and you know, I saved the money from that as well. So yeah, that's how I was able to actually change my beauty room. And I didn't change too much. It was more so the decor and kind of getting rid of stuff and, you know, decluttering and things like that. So that was my little spiel on that. What else can we talk about? Are you guys into the Kardashians? I just started watching the new Kardashians on Hulu, and I'm obsessed. Like, I know some people, it's either like you hate them or you love them. Like, you're either a fan or you're not. And honestly, like, I'm a fan, because I feel like obviously, you know, they're the Kardashians. Like, people know who they are. But they had to create a name for themselves, especially each individual one. So like, I know a lot of people get on about like Kylie and how, yeah, obviously she came out with a makeup line, and she, you know, she had all the resources at a young age. And yeah, that's true, because girl, if I had the resources, I'd have a makeup line right now too. But she still had to work for it, you know. Like, even though she came from the family that she comes from, she still needed to put in the work. She still needed to put in the effort. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they don't work hard. They do. Especially like Kim Kardashian. There was one episode where she was hosting SNL, and Makeup by Mario, which I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is, he started to cry in the dressing room because he was telling her, you know, I remember, you know, a few years back when you couldn't even get interviews, and then like now she was hosting SNL, which was like a huge accomplishment, and like that right there speaks for itself. So I don't know, I like them, I like the show. I love the fact that we can see everyone's individual life and like what each of them are doing or what they're up to. So I really like the show. Let me know down below what you guys think about it. Okay, so I do need a black eyeshadow because we need to add some depth. I'm gonna add some depth before I even take care of this little, I don't know what's happening over here. So this palette doesn't have a black eyeshadow, so I'm gonna dip into the Blend Bunny Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna take the black eyeshadow. Any black shadow will do, honestly. I'm gonna take this black eyeshadow on a super tiny brush. This is the P.LOUISE 143 brush, and I'm gonna wiggle this right into the socket of my eye. Keep in mind this is a black eyeshadow, so it's very intense. So I'm gonna keep it pretty tight into the socket of my eye, just like that. I love this palette. I have been so into this Blend Bunny palette. Like, it's so good, and it's so pigmented, and it's also cruelty free. Like, we love that. I don't know what the ingredients are, but oh my goodness, you guys, have you seen that documentary that's like going viral? I don't know, I forget where it's on. I don't know if it's on Hulu or if it was on HBO Max. I think it was Hulu, and I forgot the name too, so I apologize. But basically, like, the episode with like the makeup and stuff, it was talking about talc, and how it has, is it pronounced asbestos? I'm not 100% sure, but there's like a certain ingredient that is in talc and it's really hard to kind of separate the two, and that it causes ovarian cancer. And I was shook. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was shook. I literally like paused it and went through, sorry guys, I'm just picking up that dark purple again. I literally like paused the documentary and like went through all of my makeup products, like all my powders, and you guys, like 90% of the products that I own have talc. All my powders, especially my favorite powders, like my COLLAB powder, the One Size powder from Patrick Starr, all my powders, Charlotte Tilbury has talc in it. Even eyeshadow palettes like my Be Perfect and Stacey Marie palettes have talc as the first ingredient. It's insane. And so they did like a court meeting and they showed like people who were representing the FDA, and apparently the FDA, they can suggest for a brand to pull something off the shelves, but they can't force a brand to pull things off the shelves. So there's toxins that we may not know of because obviously like we're just your average consumers, and they know it's probably something that they shouldn't be using, but they still do because, you know, people are still buying and no one is really aware. Which I'm not here telling you like what kind of makeup to buy. Like, I'm not trying to make this a debate, you know, like to each his own. But it just like really blew my mind because I honestly had no idea. I had no idea. And like listening to that woman's story about how she got ovarian cancer and it was because of the makeup products she was using, that just like blew my mind. It got me so scared. But like when I sit down and think about it, it's like there's so much out there that is so toxic to us. Like, I literally feel like the air that we breathe is bad for us. So I don't know, in the comments down below, what are you guys thinking? Like, did you hear about that? Did you always know that talc was a toxin? Did you always know that it was something you shouldn't have in your makeup? Like, I don't know, you guys. I sat down and I debated and I was like, do I like throw out everything that I have that contains talc? Because, you know, like health is a serious thing. But then I was like, well, I have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of makeup. I've invested so much into all the products that I use. So I was like, is it worth throwing everything out? So what I had decided to do is just to make a conscious decision going forward. There are brands out there that they were saying that are good for you. Brands like Kosas, also Lawless Beauty, also the Jouer Hydrate and Set powder does not contain talc. So I'm just like trying to make a conscious effort, and hopefully like in the future, it's so nice to see like more clean beauty brands now. So hopefully we get some more of those with good products, because talc is that ingredient that gives you that really smooth airbrush finish. And so obviously like that's why these brands are still using it. But hopefully they find a substitute, you know, to try and just make things a little healthier for their consumers. So here's the eye so far. I'm gonna jump off camera really quickly and just kind of fix this little area right here. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm gonna fix that real quick and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I went ahead and fixed the blend. So now what I'm gonna do is add some more eyeshadow base to the inner part of my eye, like towards the lid area, just so that way it's a little bit cleaner, so that way I can get a little bit of this darker purple off before I apply my shimmer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that P.LOUISE base on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna go in with the 01 brush from the brand Refer, I think it's pronounced, and I'm just gonna tap it on the back of my hand and tap it into that base, and then I'm gonna tap that base onto my lid. Very, very simple, very easy. It's just giving us a little bit of a clean slate, so when we put our shade on top, it doesn't mix into that dark purple, and you kind of see it a little bit better. It looks a little bit more vibrant that way. So what I'm gonna do now is go in with this P.LOUISE. This is called their Duo Drops, you guys. These are so freaking cool. They're actually a duo chrome gel. So here's what the product looks like right here. So pretty, and I'm gonna open it up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys because it is a gel. You guys see that color, and it like shifts too. It is insane. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this, and I'm going in with that same brush. We're just repurposing the same brush. And I'm gonna take the slightest bit and just tap it on the back of my hand first, because this is pigmented. So I'm gonna tap it on the back of my hand first, and then I'm just gonna apply it to my lid It's so beautiful. I am going to be putting something over top of this just like that. And now because that is a gel, it has a really nice tacky finish, so it's a little bit wet on my lid. So I'm going to go in with this right here. This is the Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finisher in the shade Epiphany. This is what it looks like right here. You guys can't really see it, but it's like a purple lavender type of glitter. It's so pretty. It's a little bit chunky, I will say that, but nonetheless it's beautiful. Let me see if you guys can kind of see. Yeah, you can't really see the sparkle on here, but you guys will see it on the lid. That's what I'm wearing on my lid. So I'm just going to put some on the cap, and then I'm just gonna pack it on the lid. You guys, look how beautiful. Okay, so now that I have my lid shade on, I'm just gonna go ahead and add a half a liner like I did on the other side. I'm also just going to bring in the purple a little bit on the outer corner and kind of just refresh the crease just a little bit. But I feel like the eye portion is already pretty long in today's video, so I'm gonna go off camera really quickly and do that, so that way we can move on to the face makeup. All right, you guys, let's do this face makeup. This is what the eyes are looking like. So cute and so easy to do. You can do it in so many different colors. I do have two primers in front of me. One I've tried already and one I haven't tried, so I don't know which one to use. But the one that I have tried is the Stay Cosmetics Glowy Super Gel Primer in the shade Star Glow. Oh my goodness, this is so bomb. It gives your skin a beautiful radiance. It reminds me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have the mini size, but I did recently purchase the full size, so now I have a full size as well. And then the one that I haven't tried yet is the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Glow Serum. And for foundation today, I'm actually going to be using the Yummy Skin Foundation. So which one should we use? Should I go in with the duo and use the primer and the foundation from DANESSA MYRICKS? Or should I show you guys how beautiful this Say primer is? I think I'm just going to use both DANESSA MYRICKS just because they're both brand new. And to be honest, I haven't heard many people talk about this primer. I know a lot of people have been talking about the foundation, but not the primer. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of this onto my skin. I don't know how much to use, but I'll use about that much. See what it looks like. I think I'm going to blend it out with the brush. It smells so good. It literally smells like watermelon. Like, it's not too overpowering. It's not like a, oh my god, it's very fragranced, but it smells good. I like it. I'll definitely say it's not as glowy as my Charlotte Tilbury. That I can tell you straight off the bat. But I feel like it does give you like that juicy, wet, yummy skin kind of look. So I see why she named it what she named it. Maybe I should still go in with just a little tiny bit of the Say primer because I want to show you guys. I have glitter on my face now. Alright guys, so I went in with just a little bit of the Say primer. I just wanted to show you guys like how it amped up the glow to the skin. But they're both really beautiful and very, very similar. I don't feel like you need the Charlotte Tilbury, the Say, and the DANESSA MYRICKS. I definitely feel like depending on which one you want to try, you could definitely go for just one rather than all three because they all pretty much do the same thing. They all give you that really beautiful, juicy, glowy, healthy skin. So now that my skin is nice and prepped, I'm going to go in with the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. I am so excited for this, and I love that brands are coming out with products that you can refill. So you can actually buy the refill for this. You don't have to buy the entire thing all over again. So when you go ahead and open it up, it kind of has like this squeezy tube packaging. Definitely so different than anything else that I have in my collection. Why does this remind me of the little baby bottles for your baby doll? Is it just me? You guys know like those bottles that come with like the liquid inside, and as you put it upside down into the baby's mouth, it like kind of magically disappears, the liquid inside. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where's all my 90s babies at? Because I know you guys know what I'm talking about, but that's what this reminds me of. I'm just gonna go in and just dot this all over my skin, which right now I can already tell you I should have went for a darker shade. I might have to mix it with something else. Like it's gonna be light. Listen, the Florida sun is no joke, okay? You get color. Like all the color that I have right now is just from walking my dogs. That's it. I have not sat out next to the pool. I haven't gone to the beach. Literally all this color is just from walking the dogs. So I am going to go ahead and blend it out just so I can see what it looks like and how it looks on the skin, but I am going to have to go over top with a darker foundation. I already know that right now. And let's just start to blend this out. this has really nice coverage, I will say that. And when I think of serum foundation, I feel like I think of like super liquidy, runny consistency, and this is not that. All right, you guys, this brush is taking too long. I'm gonna switch over to a sponge. Let's see how it applies with a sponge. Okay, so the shade is definitely light. You guys can see it from my face to my neck. I look insane right now. But the coverage is really nice. All right, you guys, I feel like I fixed it a little bit. It's not as pale. I just feel like we need some bronzer. So let's get into cream bronzer. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Mocha. I have been loving this product. It is so good. And the formula is just amazing. I'm also going to be using the Fenty 125 face brush to actually apply this. This is what the product looks like. You guys, mine looks disgusting because I recently took a trip to New York. I had the Huda Beauty eyelash glue in my makeup bag, and basically the glue spilled everywhere and it got all over a few of my products, and like I can't get it off. So I'm gonna just go in and just take a little bit on my brush and just go straight in and start blending that on the cheeks. The color is just beautiful, the perfect amount of warmth, and it blends so well. Like, Rihanna was not lying when she said that this is one of the most underrated products in her line. Like, I don't see enough people talk about this, and it is so good. Okay, so for concealer, I'm gonna go in with one that I haven't used in a while, and I love this concealer. This is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. It just looks like this. Really nice coverage. Of course, it's a little more on the pricier side because it's Hourglass, but it's so good. And I use mine in the shade Cedar, so I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this underneath my eyes. I'm gonna mix it up in the tube a little bit because I haven't used it in a while. And you do not need a lot of this, so like I'm literally just gonna put that much. And that's it, because this is so full coverage. I'm going to put a little bit on the bridge of my nose, my chin. Okay, so I'm going to let the concealer sit for a little bit so it can kind of set down so I can get maximum coverage. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you guys this right here. When I ordered my DANESSA MYRICKS, I got this card with it. It's like a little sample card, and these are called the Vision Flush. You can use them on your lip, cheek, and eyes. This is what the little card looks like, and when you open it up, these are the colors inside, and they look so beautiful. Let me show you guys them back here so you can really see the color. Look at how pretty. This one down here, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. I do think I'm gonna go in with this one up here for today's look. I just want to try the formula because I want to see like if I want to order any, or this shade right here, like that bright pink. What do you guys think? Should I go with the more neutral one, or should I go with the bright pink? If I go with the bright pink, I could put like a neutral powder blush on top maybe. Aren't they beautiful? They look so gorgeous. Oh, this is pigmented. Oh my gosh, you guys, this color is so pretty. Let me show it to you guys. I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. I do have some of that base left on the back of my hand. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so pretty, and there's so much product in here. I feel like that little bit is gonna be enough for my cheeks because it looks really pigmented. All right, let me go ahead and blend out this concealer so we can go ahead and apply this cream blush and see what it's giving. How beautiful is that concealer? So pretty, very full coverage. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe E4 brush, and I'm gonna dab just a little tiny bit of this cream. Oh, okay. Well, that was a fail. Let me rub off my brush. I'm gonna take a little bit from there and put it over here. Okay, so this is not as neutral as I thought it was gonna be. It's actually very pink, which you guys saw by the swatch. But I feel like it goes really nice with the purple. That's really pretty. Obviously, you could build it up. I'm not going to build it up because it's very pink. But the formula is really nice. I really, really like that. I'm going to go back in and just blend out all those creases. And I'm going to go ahead and just set my face really quickly off camera. Okay, so for blush, I want to go in with the new Lunar Beauty Nude Prism Blush Palette. It looks like this. I did get the whole collection, so I do have the eyeshadow palette as well. I have a video using that coming soon. I know you guys want to see some more soft glams as well, so I decided to pick up this collection. It is so beautiful. I love the packaging. Manny always kills the packaging. His brand is so aesthetically pleasing. It is so beautiful. Literally stunning. It is so gorgeous. So this is what the blushes inside look like. I love that we have those two super bright pops of color. They're so gorgeous. I feel like I do want a little bit of a pop, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that bright pink over here, but to tone it down just a little bit, I'm gonna mix it with this peachy shade over here. See, that's pretty. It's not too pink. I feel like a really nice pink cheek with purple eyes is gorgeous. Alright you guys, I brought you back in nice and up close so we can finish up the eyes. So I decided to do something a little bit different. I have been seeing this more rounded inner corner and I kind of just wanted to try it. I've seen people do it with a winged liner, so maybe it's probably gonna look better with the winged liner, but I was like, let me just try it for myself. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This artist right here, which she is amazing. If you guys don't follow her, follow her. Her name on Instagram is Tosh Jane Collins. She's bomb. This is her right here. Her work is just sensational, you guys. She is so good. But anyways, she's been doing kind of like that rounded inner corner and I'm like, wow, that looks so good. You guys can see right there the little round inner corner. So beautiful. She's so gorgeous. And like I said, a lot of her looks has like the full winged out liner and then the inner part kind of wraps in rather than being that pointed edge that everyone does. So I was like, I really want to try it for myself. So I did it on the other eye. Came out pretty good. I'm pretty surprised that I was even able to get it because I was like, that looks really difficult. But now the test is going to be if I can actually do it on the other side and get them as even as possible. So let's get into the lower lash line. So I'm going to just speed this up and kind of just go back in with all the colors that I used. I'm first going to go in with that dark purple and I'm going to just press it onto my lower lash line like so. Then I'm going to switch to a more blending type of brush. I'm going to go into the shade Jellyfish, which is that lighter purple. And I'm going to obviously start to diffuse. And then taking a fluffier, bigger brush, I'm going to go into that lightest purple. And I'm really going to diffuse this on the lower lash line like so. Just make sure that your outer corner is kind of connecting with the lower lash line. You want to have that really nice, you know, connection. And I really want this to be nice and blown out. So I'm really going to drag down that purple. And then of course your colors get washed away. So I'm going to go back in with that second purple and just add it back to the lower lash line to get nice definition. And then I'm going to go into the black eyeshadow. And I'm going to add that super tight to my lash line. And kind of just pack it on. I want to get it as pigmented as I can. Just like that. You see how that just bring like a whole nother level of intensity? It's so pretty. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of actually going back in with that gel duochrome, I'm going to go in with this right here. This is the MOCHA Cosmetics Diamond Days liquid eyeshadow in the shade Regal. These are so beautiful and they're also so affordable. If you guys have not tried MOCHA Cosmetics, you need to try them. They're so bomb. I've worked with them a few times and not only are they such an amazing, sweet, kind brand, but their products are so good and they're more on the affordable side, which I love. So I'm going to take this on a super tiny detail brush. This is actually from Michaels. It's the Princeton 20-0 brush, I guess. It says 20/0. And I'm going to kind of just use this as a liner, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and just run this on the lower lash line just like this. Kind of just giving myself a base. I'm now going to go back in quickly with the Artist Couture pigment and I'm going to pack it right over top because you guys can see it has more of a blue hue, which is not what I'm going for. But I didn't want to have to go in with that duochrome again, so I figured a liquid shadow is just easier. And now I'm going to pick up that Artist Couture pigment again and I'm going to put it right over top. And it's just going to act almost as like a glitter primer or a glitter glue. It's just going to adhere to the pigment, so it's going to keep it really nice and pigmented. Okay, so really quickly, let me just do my waterline. I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Killer Liner in the shade Killer Cashmere. You guys know, anytime I do a nude waterline, it is this pencil. It's so good. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my waterline. It is so nice and pigmented. I'm obsessed. And now I'm going to do that little rounded inner corner. Now, I already have trouble getting liner and everything on camera, so I don't think I could do this on camera. But what I am going to do, I definitely cannot talk through it, especially because this is the first time that I'm ever trying this. So what I'm going to do is kind of just let the camera record, and while I'm editing, I'll see how much of it I actually get on camera. But yeah, so I'll probably play some music over this part so you guys can see, and if you guys don't see it in the video, that is because I was out of frame and I didn't catch it, but I apologize. Alright, you guys, so that is as good as it's gonna get. I had to re-glue my lash because the inner corner wasn't even stuck to my eye. But that is the inner corner. I feel like it's really cool. It's really different. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and just add some lower lash mascara. This is the MAC Giga Black Lash. Best lower lash mascara ever. It also has a super tiny wand, as you guys can see. So it's like really easy to really get up in there and coat your lashes. Let's go ahead and just fix up the brows a little bit. I'm going to go in with my Glossier. Actually, let me go in with the NYX one. I've recently got this one because of my friend Sam from TikTok. And this right here is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. I will say it's good. It's definitely very different. Let me fix my camera. Sorry, guys. I had moved the camera before because I was trying to make sure that I can get this footage of this inner corner as best as I could. But anyways, like I was saying, it's not identical to my Glossier one. I really still like the Brow Flick, but it's a really good affordable alternative. And so I just like make these little tiny hair strokes, and it kind of just gives the illusion of a thicker, fuller brow. And I like to do this when I'm basically done with the look and I'm done with all my powders, because you guys can see my brows got significantly lighter than how they looked when I actually started the video, and that is because powder gets in them and it's just a whole hot mess. So it's not even worth it to like really complete them and finish them and everything before you do your eye makeup and powder and everything and your face makeup. So I like to refresh them after. And then you guys already know my go-to right now as far as brow gel is the Refi Brow Gel. You guys, this is bomb. If you haven't tried it, you need to. It is so good. So I'm just gonna go in with some of this, just pass it through my brows and get all of that powder out. Just refresh them. And as you guys can see, it is a white gel, but it dries completely clear, so you don't have to worry about any white residue in your brows, because you will not have that. But you guys can see just by applying the brow gel, it kind of just like refreshed my eyebrows. So it gives it back that color, that vibrancy. We have those extra hair strokes from the brow pen, so it just makes the brows look really beautiful and full. So that is how I refresh my brows. Let's go ahead and do the lips so we can add some highlights, and we'll finally be done with this chit chat. Get ready with me. As soon as I started to record the lip combo, my SD card got full and it stopped recording, and I just noticed now when I'm already done with it anyway. So let me just tell you guys what I used for lip liner. I went in, I'm actually using the entire Carly Bible and Il Makiage kind of collaboration. So this is the lip liner from Carly Bible and Il Makiage in the shade Luna. This is what it looks like right here. It's just a really pretty brown lip liner, and then I mixed both of her lipsticks from the collection. I have the shade Libra and Taurus, which are right here. This is the packaging for the two. I would swatch them, but I have so much stuff on my hand from today's look, but let me just show you guys what they look like. So here are the swatches of the two lipsticks right over here. Cute, very cute nudes. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie highlights in Fuego. I wish that they would have made this permanent, because it is one of the most beautiful highlights in my collection, and I want to use it today. I know it was limited edition, and if you don't have it, like, there's no way for you to get it, but yeah, I want to use this today, so we're just gonna use it. I mean, can you tell why I love this highlight? It is so beautiful. Like, it's so stunning. It's a highlight, but it doesn't just sit on the skin. Like, it actually melts into your products, and I love it. Finish off with just a little touch of just a little bit more blush. And then for setting spray, I wanted to go in with this one right here. This is from Bella. This is their Sweet Spring Setting Spray. It's in the scent Cherry Blossom. They recently came out with these not too long ago, and I bought all 3 of them, and I haven't used them yet, so let's give them a try. Packaging is so cute. Alright, so that is the finished look. Everything is set in place. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys out. Alright, you guys, so this is the completed look. What do you guys think? I think it came out so pretty. And as you guys saw in the video, it is a super achievable look. You can change up the colors, of course. I feel like the most complicated part about today's look is just the inner corner, but you can absolutely just skip out on that, because I feel like without the inner corner, it's still such a beautiful, stunning, shocking look, and I'm obsessed with it, especially for anybody out there who is trying to dip their toes into color, or is just not sure how to work with color and cut creases kind of intimidate you, this is the perfect way to just kind of dip into color but not have to worry about being super precise or worry about any certain type of technique. It's a very easy look to do, so I hope you learned something new in today's video. So besides the actual look itself, let me just talk a little bit about the products that we used in today's video. So as far as the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin, I really did enjoy this. I really like the scent. It has that watermelon scent to it. It did make the skin look really nice. It is more of like a glowy, dewy, wet skin kind of look that this gives you. I'd say that's the difference between this and the Charlotte Tilbury. The Charlotte Tilbury is like a really almost like you put liquid highlighter all over your face, which I don't mind. This I really like. I really love the scent of it. It smells so good. As far as the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Serum Foundation, this is beautiful. I'm obsessed. I love the formula. I love the coverage. I love how it feels on my skin. Granted, I did have to mix it today with the darker foundation because this shade is too light for me, but I will be picking up a darker shade on Sephora's website for sure because I am obsessed. I think it is so good. Then we have, of course, the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism Blush Palette. So gorgeous. Like I said, I did get the entire collection, so definitely make sure that you guys subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because I'm going to be doing a full review on this entire collection, including the eyeshadow palette. But of course, if you're into blush, it's such a great product to have in your collection, and I really did enjoy the formula. And then as far as these right here, these Vision Flush little like cheek, lip, and eye creams, I guess you would call them, these are really nice. Right now, I'm 99% sure that I'm going to be placing an order with DANESSA MYRICKS, or probably getting them off Sephora, at least 2 or 3, because it looks stunning and I really enjoyed it in today's video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I wanted to kind of switch it up, kind of chat with you guys a little bit, have a little girl time, make it seem like you and I are besties and we're chilling in my beauty room just doing our makeup. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up so I can do them more often. I know sometimes voiceovers are just like to the point, and don't get me wrong, there's some makeup looks out there that I really just want to get to the point because there's a lot I'm trying to explain, and with videos like this one I kind of get caught up in chatting with you guys, and it's just a little more difficult to try to explain what I'm doing in depth and also hold a conversation. So that's why it's either or in my situation. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.